Yo, what's going on, guys? This is Kickback here with another Jam video, and in today's video, guys, we're going to be talking about the time a hacker pretty much forced Jam in releasing an item. Technically two items, actually. So yeah, this is a pretty weird story time. This happened a couple years ago on Jam Classic anyway, and resulted in one of the most popular items, I would say, in the game being released nowadays. Now, you're probably wondering which item I'm talking about, and the item I'm talking about here is the Scullies. And if you were around back when these came out and when these kind of resurfaced again, you definitely know the incredible hype that was around this item here. Technically, this item was also first appeared alongside Scullies, so technically this was also as a result of this one hacker. But let's talk about this hacker and how they pretty much did that. How they pretty much forced Jam in releasing these two items. So if you look up Jam Scullies, you probably will come across a video by Apari, because the original video for this is no longer up, and I don't think it's too wise mentioning the original hacker by name, I'm not gonna lie to you, but we still have the footage here. So pretty much in this footage, which I will now put on screen right now, this hacker is pretty much wearing like a beta green top hat. They're wearing Scullies before they were released. Pretty sure they were wearing like a healing staff before they were also released, which also, I guess we can also add that to the list. I didn't even think about that until now. And they also had like a bunch of other stuff. They had this custom red eye as well, which I thought was pretty neat looking. But they also had this black spike collar here, unlike this one here that you see on my trade list. Also the Scullies, this one is member and has a diamond icon. The other one did not have either. Now, this was done by a pretty sizable Jam YouTuber back in the day. They had about 10,000 subscribers, I want to say. And back then, 10,000 subscribers, you were like watched a lot. You know, you were gaining more views than you did have subscribers back then. Unlike now, you know, you're kind of gaining less views than the amount of subscribers you have in terms of YouTube anyway. So a lot of people knew this guy, and he just randomly one day posted a video on his channel of him doing this, and in the video he kind of just said he wants Jam to release these Scullies. And after he posted this video, I believe he made a couple Instagram posts, you know, showing more unreleased stuff, including Scullies. Pretty much the front light of this, you know, the whole sole focus of this one item was shed light on the most, and that was Scullies. They kind of hyper focused on this, and I do imagine they were trying to get Jam to release Scullies. And pretty soon or later, about a month later, I want to say, Jam ended up doing exactly that. They ended up releasing Scullies. For a wild weekend, I believe they did a kind of forgotten wild weekend that they do nowadays, where they release unreleased items or old items like this. This was kind of their way of like just appealing everybody that kind of was like, oh, why isn't Jam releasing this? If they changed it, or they could change it, because the original reason Scullies were removed was because they looked too inappropriate on pandas, which I do believe I did mention Scullies in my previous video talking about items that were too inappropriate for the game. Go check that out if you haven't. But Scullies were ended up being changed on pandas and ended up releasing anyway with no differences to the rest of the animals, and obviously were added animations to newer animals, because obviously Scullies hadn't been seen in the game since the beta days at this point anyway. And going on from that, a lot of people, you know, they just saw it as Jam, you know, just kind of trying to patch it up, because I don't think AJHQ ever addressed this person doing this. I don't think so anyway. Not publicly anyway. Maybe privately to them, but definitely not publicly. I think a few months after that, that's when the blackout collar kind of wild weekend ended up coming out as well. I don't know if it was a wild weekend actually, but it did come out anyway regardless. And they ended up releasing those. Now, obviously I'm not looking at the original footage I showed earlier on in the video, so I don't know if staffs were shown in that, but you know, the alpha staffs, the healing staffs, the epic alpha staff, I believe it's called, you know, all those kind of staffs, these also ended up getting released as well. A long time after when Scullies were released, I think like 2 years after Scullies were released, these came out, but nonetheless, these ended up getting released. I don't think it was in, you know, response to this person showing unreleased items, unlike the Scullies one, but it's definitely cool that Jam released these after so long, especially when people knew these were in the game for so long, because Jam did accidentally give these out to some players a number of years prior and ended up removing them. But that goes to show that there's a ton of unreleased items that we don't actually know about that are in the game files that aren't released yet. You know, there is a bunch of them on the Jam wiki, and I've kind of covered them in videos before as well. By the way, do let me know if you want a video kind of like going over unreleased items. I think that would be pretty cool. But it would be so cool if Almajam could like just release a lot of these as, you know, kind of a WoW weekend even, which they had been doing for such a while, for such a long time. I mean, they had been releasing, you know, unreleased items as, you know, forgotten items in WoW weekends, which I thought was so cool. I think they should bring that back though. I guess they're only doing WoW weekends for summer only now, I guess, because they did it during the summer and they haven't really done it since. But there is the occasional, you know, diamond bundle or, you know, seasonal items, you know, re-released that come in like different colors, where they'll release an unreleased item just in different variants. Like they did a lot with unreleased promos, which I thought was extremely cool. I don't think there is any in this bundle. No, there is not. But, you know, I think it's cool Almajam does this sometimes. I think they should do it more. I don't know if they're kind of just holding back on it because they don't really have much content to put out on an Almajam Classic at the moment, which would make sense if they are doing it for that reason. But, you know, I think the community would eat it up, you know, and technically they are new items to most, if not every player in the game that hasn't just, you know, kind of researched unreleased items. So technically they would be brand new items. So I think they should do them, you know, that for more items. But, you know, I'm rambling, but that's pretty much how a hacker pretty much forced Almajam to release Scullies. They figured out a way to hack, you know, the game and show certain items on them and made Almajam release Scullies as a result of it, which, ridiculous as it sounds, I'm sure a lot of people would be thankful for it because, you know, Scullies, I would say, are one of the most popular items, if not one of the most popular tail items anyway, in the game to date nowadays. So yeah, you can thank a hacker for that. But yeah, that's gonna wrap it up here, guys. Do make sure to subscribe with notifications on if you guys do want to be notified on future videos, as well as videos just like this one. Make sure to leave a like on it if you did enjoy, and let me know what you thought of it in the comment section below. What do you guys think about this? Is there any other unreleased items that have released in the game that, you know, I didn't really mention? Do let me know in the comments, and I will catch you guys in the next one.